Welcome to Elton's retirement journey. I'm glad you could join me. I just want to take a moment and share with you my process and the way I see my retirement. And for those of you who don't know me, I am originally from Detroit. I'm 62 years old, and I moved down here in 2005 from Detroit to the Atlanta, Georgia area, and I've been down here ever since. And I came down here with nothing, and I had to build up from scratch, and it was a lot of work, a lot of weekends, giving up my time to make some extra money. And in some cases, I've had jobs where I worked every day, full-time job, part-time job. And you know what? If I had a chance to do it all again, I'd do it. Matter of fact, I've been thinking about it already. But anyway, one of the things that I found out is that to be able to position yourself to have a successful retirement, there's a few things that you have to break down in the small, obtainable objectives. Number one is securing your um, career, whether or not you're driving Uber, whether or not you're doing these YouTubes, or whether or not you have a full-time profession. Make sure you secure that first. Fortunately, pretty much the vast majority of us here in this country have to go out and use our talents to earn a paycheck. And unfortunately, that's the way it is. And to earn that paycheck, we need to make sure we're healthy and up and doing everything we can where we're supposed to be, not in any trouble or doing anything to ruin that. It's going to be the same way when you get in retirement, when you don't have a job anymore. And that's one of the reasons why I've been such an avid viewer of the YouTube channels. You got some guys here that are on a cutting edge doing things that very few people uh, would actually admit that they're doing. Just trying to retire well before their money starts rolling in. That takes a lot of guts. Or just saying, hey, I'm going to live, but I'm going to see how far I can go and not touch any of my savings. Or just saying, hey, I'm working, but I don't want to work no more. Hey, you know, but some of us, we can't do that. We need to take a look at where we are, pull everything out and put it on paper, what our assets are, what our liabilities are, and start taking a close look at them, especially those liabilities. You want to make sure you start paying off those credit cards. If you don't like your home arrangements, well, save up some money. There are more investment vehicles than there were when I first started. When I first started, if you listen to my videos, I needed a car. So when the 401k was offered to me, I couldn't even do anything with it. Well, I'm going to put my money in here, pay a 10% penalty, and pay taxes on it, and you're not able to access it till you're 59 and a half, and I'm riding a bus. That kind of thinking and taking care of what you need, like getting a car, those are the kind of manageable objectives that you and myself need to do if you're in that type of situation listening to this video. But the other thing I want to tell you is that I also, um, 5 years ago when I was 58, I was thinking about, well, what does a 59 and a half mean to me? Does it mean that I can go on a spending spree? Nope, not at all, because you got to pay all those taxes. Can I be in a good position where I have enough income coming in where I don't need to touch this money at 59 and a half? But what if I did? What if something came up? All of those questions were put in front of me. And as a viewer of YouTube, I was systematically able to write down every area that I was unsure of and get the answers. There was one time that with my IRAs that I've had for a really long time, I thought all the gains would be taxed at the capital gains rate. I was so wrong. I had a full service account, and the guy told me, first of all, he told me, well, with you selling these shares, skimming off the account, as I call it, taking some of the gains and converting them into cash. I don't understand why you're doing it. He didn't understand that I was building a cash cushion in case I ever needed money. Once you lose your job and you're unemployed for a year or longer, everything starts falling apart. You have to maintain the same income for the rest of your life if you don't want to be in trouble. And that's what this channel is about. Me maintaining it, listening to all the other YouTubers out here. They got some really good advice. You got some guys that are doing things that I would be scared to do, but it's successful and they're teaching you how to do it. And that's one of the things that I just want to mention here about what I'm trying to do too. I'm coming in on the very, very low end of the retirement savings. Once I retire, it'll be a miracle if I'm between 200 and $300,000. But I tell you what, I will have a home that's paid off. I will have a car. I will have money to cover everything that I need to do until I get 65. Number one, that allows me to get the Medicare health care. 67 is my full retirement age. I have a bridge between 65 and 67. I make it to 67, I'm still working. Then I can go 10 more months, another year, get to 68. I can come right out because I will have my home paid off. This car will be paid off. And by then I will have met with a CPA. I'm telling you right now, I'm only pulling out enough money out of these accounts that match the standard deduction. And that means that my tax liability will be zero. 16,000 standard deduction. Well, I'm going to take out about 15.5. And you can bet that'll be enough for me to live off of, including the little pension I'm getting and the revenues from a part-time job and the other things that I do. I'm going to be poor on paper and I'm going to live good too because I plan everything out. Not only do I save the most, I'm also making the most. That's why taking Social Security 62 doesn't fit the plan. What I'm going to do with $1,704 when I turn 65 and I'm eligible for Medicare and I don't have a job anymore and I got to pay that 174.70, which is probably going to be 194.70 in 3 years when I hit 65. What's going to happen when they take out the deduction? What about my taxes? What about the escrow that I got to pay? All these questions I have to answer. And when I put them down on paper, it says you keep working and you save more. And that's one of the things that I want to talk to you about is just sitting down, putting everything on paper. And if you got anything that you feel that you don't know, come on this YouTube and just put it in the search. There's somebody that knows something. And keep your eyes out in the mailbox and at your libraries for seminars. Tomorrow, I will be attending a Social Security seminar. I got my buddy Ed Weir over there on Social Security, and I specifically asked him a question on Sunday. Well, actually, we've been Saturday about if I lose my job, what can I do about Medicare? And it was simple. There's a form, a 546 form. You get them to fill it out. It says that he no longer works here. He had insurance up to here. You get that over to Social Security, and bada boom, bada bing, they turn you on. And then you got to pay your 174.40 or whatever it is premium. So, while you're unemployed and you're starting to pull some of that money, that little $15,000 that I'll pull out. By the way, when you turn 65, in some states here in Georgia, you get the escrow. Your escrow and the property taxes will change because you get a discount on that. You're 65, they're going to lower that. You also can call all your utilities up and tell them, hey, I'm 65. You're not going to save much, but it'll be a couple bucks, enough to go out and buy a nice lunch, $2 over 12 months. You can do the math on that. That's 24 bucks. You also will be allowed to ride the mass transit half off. It's $1 down here to ride the metro. So when I'm retired, I can go visit museums in different areas of the Atlanta that I normally don't go to. Just ride the bus over there. What else I'm going to be doing? I ain't got no job. So, these are all things that I'm thinking about down the road. But everything that needs to be taken care of now, I'm laser focused on. And one of the things that this forum, we've got a lot of guys doing some experimental stuff and it's working out pretty well. And they don't have a problem with sharing with you. So I just want to say, keep up the good work. All you guys out there that have drawn me in here. And for anybody who has any questions about anything, feel free to leave a comment there and I will do my best to get the answer back to you. This is Elton's retirement journey.